Bayside Marketplace, Miami, Florida. People saw creatures or aliens last night. This is the scene of all of the police cars that were out there. And I want to talk about a few details as we get into this story. Let's remember, Miami was full of sightings of supernatural things in the sky, all in 2023. Report. Here's an eyewitness.
Look right here. See him? Y'all see him? He went up the building right there too. It's a few of them if you pay attention to the videos.
In the sky. Oh look! What is that? What is that?
A lot at this. Didn't take it down. You think what's going to handle over 1,000 artillery rounds and not go down? Yeah. This thing did not.
And did they miss that many times? Probably not.
They're extra-dimensional beings. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now, Art.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Welcome back to the coolest channel on YouTube. Look, I know y'all been missing me, man. I've been missing y'all too, man, but it's been a lot been going on ever since I've been gone. Y'all know something is up, man. I've been running businesses and I had a death in the family, man, so I had to do some soul searching, man. You know, connect with the ethers and try to make sure, you know what I'm saying, try to feel his energy out there, because he's always gonna be with me. He's a part of us, you know what I'm saying. It's just he didn't have to leave so soon, you know. If y'all can show my aunt some support. This is my cousin, you know, this is her son, and she does YouTube as well, you know, and just let her know, man. Send her some positive, some healing energy, and just let her know that we're going through this thing called life together. And, you know, all we can do is, you know, support each other and help each other through whatever we're going through, and that's how we make it, right? But look, man, as a unit, let's smash that like button. Let's get this to like 20,000 likes. If you aren't subscribed, go ahead, consider subscribing, because this video is going to be another one of those bangers. I know y'all been wondering about what the hell has been happening with these damn aliens in Miami, but look, smash that like button. We about to find out. Y'all know how we do. Don't skip a thing, because you will get lost in the sauce. Great information in this video. And make sure you're doing your own research. Never believe anything you see in these videos. Make sure you always going to do your own research. And make sure y'all smash that like button if y'all love having me back. That's going to let me know how hard I'm going to go this month on dropping these bangers for y'all.
We are back with updates on the space weather. On New Year's, the sun sent us a huge blast of energy, with 2 solar flares, with one being the X-class 5.0 and the M-class 7.6, which hit Japan, causing an earthquake. The sun is the protector of Earth, and the Earth has decided that she has had enough. Now the X-class is the most powerful blast from the sun, and they are sounding their alarms worldwide. We don't have solar flares anymore. We have super flares. The sun and the earth is both active now, bringing in solar winds, solar storms, and causing hurricanes and earthquakes. This would be the new normal. This is Earth going back to its original state. This is when the sun was asleep, but it has awakened now. The gates of Helios have been opened 2024, and the radiation have reached ground level. And the sun will cause a lot of people to get sick and have radiation poisoning. We must go back to our original state in order to survive this shift. Peace and ashe.
We building, pay attention.
Everyone's talking about the earthquakes in Japan, but take a look at this. This is the last 48 hours, all the seismic waves on this earth. Why is no one talking about this?
Right.
Here's some videos from Japan and the earthquakes that hit on January 1st, 2024. This is the end times that we're living in right now. This is one of the greatest moments to be alive. A new island's coming up after a volcano. It's absolutely insane. And let's not forget to mention that the weather is completely different all over the United States right now. Once again, look at what's going on. Nobody's going to talk about this. I want you guys to open up your eyes and open up your heart. And this is not a scare tactic. This is showing you what's going on right now. And I'm crying out from the rooftops, believe in Jesus. He is the only way. He can set you free. And do not have fear. Fear does not come from God. Only fear the Lord.
The threat that we're currently facing comes from the outer space. It's not a climate weapon. It is a cosmic influence that occurs in our solar system every 12,000 years. And once every 24,000 years, this effect becomes even stronger and more dangerous. And currently, we're in the midst of the most powerful phase of this cycle. The cosmic influence affects the core of our planet and the cores of other planets in the solar system. This energy from the cosmic influence keeps increasing, leading to the heating and the imbalance of the Earth's core. The Earth's core has shifted and become unbalanced, and this has changed everything. The magnetic field, the Earth's crust, the oceans, the glaciers, the volcanoes, and the earthquakes. But it will get even worse. Supervolcano eruptions and mega earthquakes, floods that resemble the biblical flood. We can say this with 100% certainty because exactly the same events occurred in the previous cycles 12 and 24,000 years ago. But today, we have even more challenging conditions.
So I'm here because scientists are not being listened to. I'm willing to take a risk for this gorgeous planet. For my sons. And we've been trying to warn you guys for so many decades that we're heading towards a fucking catastrophe. And we've been being ignored. The scientists in the world have been being ignored. And it's gotta stop. We're gonna lose everything. And we're not joking.
Sound like the reset about to reset, right? Let's hop into it. Hold on. I ain't gonna talk too much right now. We're gonna keep going though, but I wanna say some shit right now. But look, I'm gonna save it. I got y'all. Hold on.
We did something that has never been done on our planet. We killed the ocean. And right now, that protective mechanism that was
Like I said, we killed the ocean.
Supposed to cool down our planet through the peak of this 24,000 year cycle, it's not there anymore. It is the way that we deprived ourselves and our children of the future. It was the final blow and it was anthropogenic factor. Yes, we, humanity, made a significant impact on the way the things are going right now. We ourselves have put that last nail into the coffin of our own civilization. Because we people, we killed the ocean. Therefore, this cycle, our Earth may perish alone with all the people on it. Just become like Mars, a barren, lifeless planet with no signs of life whatsoever.
Boy, oh boy, we are facing terrible threat, and many people do not want to acknowledge it. I mean, that's the reality of what we're dealing with, but we have plenty of evidence that is telling us that the Earth is getting destroyed from within. We can establish this through various signs. For example, the increasing the number and strength of earthquakes around the world, okay? Probably in some of your backyards. By the emergence of new volcanoes and the eruptions of the old ones. That's clearly evident. By heating of the ocean and the melting of glaciers from below. By changes in climate and weather. That seems to be obvious to some of us. All of this indicates the magma rises towards the Earth's crust and heats it up. This causes the Earth's crust to crack and melt. It is very dangerous because the Earth's crust is the thin layer on which we live. If these processes continue to escalate, though, it will result in a huge catastrophe for all of us.
Yeah, and that's why people often wonder why we're so certain that everything is heading towards such a massive catastrophe. And how do we know that it will only get worse from here? Well, we know how the situation will continue to develop because currently we're experiencing what our planet has faced in the past. These changes, caused by cosmic influence, occur once every 12,000 years, and we happen to be living in that very time. This is a cycle.
Some of y'all thinking like, damn, like y'all thinking like me? They say, oh, what a time to be alive. Like, nigga, shit, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, we about the earth about to start collapsing and eating people and shit. Like, oh, hell no. Nah. Absolutely not. That's not what I signed up for. I want to come back to earth, you feel me? But nah, look. But if you have y'all checked out the maps of the safe places and stuff? I've been posting them in a lot of these videos and stuff. Hopefully y'all been paying attention. If something like that was to happen, maybe the safe areas might be safe, or maybe what if they want us to go to those safe places that they say is safe and they're really not safe? I digress.
Sometimes people will tell you stuff. Look at the ice wall. It's just a random glacier in Antarctica coming down, right? Told you that thing gonna be invisible.
Have you guys seen what Saudi Arabia looks like this month, y'all? Check this out. So as of May 2nd, 2023, this is what it looked like. You see it's about to turn green? Well, this is what it looks like now. Look at this, y'all. There is literally green everywhere, y'all. Look at this.
That shit look fake, don't it?
Check this out, y'all. You know what this means?
This is what Mecca looked like just 2 weeks ago. Look at it. Dry as a desert. And this is what Mecca looks like right now. Literally as green as a garden. And as we know, one of the signs of the Day of Judgment is that the land of Arabia will go back to being gardens and rivers.
So it looks like Saudi Arabia has kept its end of the bargain and it is now flourishing. What does this mean, y'all? Well, we're gonna have to see. You see all these weather anomalies happening around the world? This is literally a form of judgment. Because we know God is nature. And who is leading the pack? Nature. They want to tell you it's these, these Project Blue Beams and all these things that's going on. But this is literally nature taking back its course. Nature is coming back alive. And I say this all the time, y'all. If they really have control over what's going on, why aren't they stopping? I mean, they want to continue running the world, right? Why are they going underground? Why are they hiding in the bunkers? You got to think about this. You feel me? They know the system is over. They have no power anymore, no control. They never had it. It was an illusion. We were the one that's doing this. We were the one that was creating this. And they were programming us through TV, making us create the reality. But now the shift is here. Our eyes are open. The world is awake as well. The heart is back and things are jumping. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Are we going into judgment? Are we not going into judgment? What do you see? What's happening to you? How are you feeling in this situation? Always checking with yourself, y'all. You got to make sure you guys are doing great. So let us know down in the comments below, y'all.
Yeah, in a pot.
Yeah, I know. Look, people like me thinking like, damn, stay in a high rise. You know what? You might just need to get a parachute, nigga. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, parachute. That's all I got to say. But you can see though, like you at the mercy of it. A lot of people think because you never been through it, you never seen this type of stuff, you never experienced it. The power of the forces of the environment scarier than a bomb, yo. I'm telling you. Especially when stuff starts to do this. You don't know when it's gonna happen. Then it happens all of a sudden. The ground starts to open up, swallow people, magma comes through. Now you got a volcanic eruption. Something happened that that they never seen coming before and how it was gonna happen. We vaguely know the details, and it was written in a lot of the ancient scriptures and stuff, like a lot of the calamities that happen. And even with advanced technologies and stuff, you still see how they had to. Did they survive it, nigga? Like, it's crazy.
I come outside my house. Look at this, y'all. Do you see that? Do you see the difference between this guy and that? Y'all see that? Oh my goodness. Not just the double rainbow too. The double rainbow right in front of my house. This shift. Oh my goodness, what a time to be alive, baby. Let's get this shift. Y'all, when I tell you this thing is so huge.
They slave trade shit. Let me please.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
By Miami.
Okay, so a few nights ago, over 50 cops and helicopters were called over in a shopping mall area in Miami, Florida. Why were there so many cops? This is just rumors and witness reports that there were 7 to 10 feet tall creatures and beings running around the shopping area and attacking people. Now, the other report is there was a few gangs fighting amongst the shopping area and teenagers running around fighting each other with sticks and stuff. So you're telling me that many cops and helicopters came for a little teenage gang fight? And why were there so many flight delays in Miami that day? All of this wasn't even being reported by the media and covered up by that whole Epstein list.
Hey, we building. Pay attention.
Bayside Marketplace, Miami, Florida. People saw creatures or aliens last night. This is the scene of all of the police cars that were out there. And I want to talk about a few details as we get into this story. Let's remember, Miami was full of sightings of supernatural things in the sky, all in 2023. Many different things in Miami, Florida. Found multiple videos, but look at the cops and the police that were out there and the black helicopters. They were looking for something, but supposedly the news today, and this was the beginning of yesterday whenever the police started showing up, but they said that they arrested teenagers that had fireworks and they were fighting with sticks, okay? If teenagers were fighting at the marketplace there in Miami, there's no way that this many police officers would get there, and they shut down the airport and 6,000 homes were without power. Now, why do you shut down the airport? Here's an eyewitness. They were detaining people. Now, when you see people running like this, you don't just run from nothing. You do not run from nothing. Now, I know.
Now, look. He was on to something till he said that shit. Look. Me and people that look like me, we all know. Like, you don't know us if you don't know this. It was a group of us, 100 of us or something, or even 5, maybe 2. If I just started taking off and running in one direction, everybody's gonna follow me, and we're gonna talk about that later. A couple blocks down the street, out of breath. You feel me? Like that's how we operate. But look, it is what it is, though. That's that proving that we're telepathic in nature and stuff too, right? we're like the dolphins that they don't want us to talk to.
Oh, that we are living in the ending times. Do you see the apparition or the shadows that were out there? You can see them on camera here in this footage. Look at that. It's see-through. These are supernatural beings. You can call them aliens. You can call them Nephilim creatures. They're demons. They're demonic beings. And we are about to see a supernatural happening in the time that we're living in. We're living in the ending times right here. This is prophecy. And I'm telling you guys, you're going to see more things in the sky. You're going to see more apparitions and more creatures. You need to get your heart right with Jesus, folks. So Meta Cowboy did some reporting, and this is not for nothing.
Look right here too. Look right here. See him? Y'all see him? He went up the building right there too. It's a few of them if you pay attention to the videos, man. It's a few of them, and it seems like they appear and disappear and stuff, and they're running. That's crazy. It reminds me of a few things. It reminds me of a glimpse of Prometheus when they showed that hologram of them running from the shit that was killing them. You know what I'm saying? And then on another one, it reminds me of this series that's on Netflix when they come and get people like these shadow people. But then we can think about a whole bunch of shit. And then we got to think about the thing that happened in Peru with the face peelers and stuff like that. And do y'all think this is a blue beam situation? They're just testing that thing out to see if they can scare people or get you caught up in the illusion because they didn't catch anything. And we didn't get the best video footage either. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below. But I'm not ruling anything out. Just make sure that our eyes are open though.
Something exploded and now this is in the sky. Oh, look. What is that? What is that?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Something exploded. What is that? I can't. I'm recording. I don't want to move. I got to record this. What is that? Oh, it left. The light left. What the fuck? What? It left. The light just disappeared, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, hell no. What is this? What the?
I don't know what that was.
So that's the airplane. What?
Oh, it's just a drone. That's just completely normal. It happens all the time. Yeah, I bet. Wonder why your ancestors used to sing "Swing Low, Sweet Chariots." Come on, look it up yourself, y'all. Was they talking about somebody come in with a horse and a buggy come pick them up? No. Carry me home. Listen to the words real closely. They're talking about chips. Just give me y'all something else to think about.
Oh no.
I don't believe in aliens, and normally I ignore videos like this, but take a listen.
It's almost midnight on May 1st when a Las Vegas Metro police officer's body cam catches this, something flashing low in the sky.
911 emergency.
Minutes later,
there's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and it's looking at us, and it's still there.
Someone calls 911 reporting two large figures in their backyard.
No, I'm so nervous right now. I have butterflies, bro. I really thought it was a shooting star, then these people said there's aliens in their backyard.
By now, it's more than an hour after that bright light. Officers meeting up with the caller and his family.
What'd you see?
It was like
You need to get the boys.
I still remember that. All of these weird occurrences.
Did the kids come out to look?
Yeah, like how does that how did that?
Did you see it though when it was over here? It looked so crazy. It looked like it's on fire. I don't think that's it. That sound comes from over there.
That's the noise, isn't it?
What the heck? Look at it, boy.
But it just hit, y'all. Stop playing with me. Like, I'm not saying that it's an aircraft or whatever. It could be. Could not be. It could be a missile too. But at the same time, did y'all just look? Fuck that. You see what it hit? I'm not gonna get into this argument what thing it was. It obviously hit the firmament. That's in the Bible that you niggas believe. All right, you know what I'm saying? Look, you know what's up there. They hit that thing and it I don't know. Did it go through? Y'all let me know.
Look at it.
It obviously hit it.
Look at it. That don't even look normal.
It really looks like a hole in
It like it turned into a spirit.
Get your ass in there and sit down. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm still a little on the fence about this firmament business. But when I see videos like this, I'm leaning more towards the believer side. Watch as what looks like a craft is gonna crash through the firmament. Just check this out. Roll the footage.
She's going over there. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? Wow! Did you see that? I seen it. Yeah, that was a big flash. I thought that was a torch. That's one thing I didn't see in my whole life. Wow. Make a wish, quick, make a wish. Oh, because of the camera.
Check it out in slow motion. Now you can sit here and deny. But something crashed into something, and something came through that something that crashed into something. I'm just fucking saying. Now, whether you're a round earther or a fluffer, you gotta admit, that's some wicked shit. Get your ass up out of here.
U.S. military fired 1,430 rounds of artillery.
That's a lot.
At this. Didn't take it down. You think what's going to handle over 1,000 artillery rounds and not go down? Yeah. This thing did not.
And did they miss that many times? Probably not.
They could not have. And again, this is another, it's an interesting case, and this did not come down, and it just glided off. And it was tracked on radar coming to the coast, so what are we talking about?
Exactly.
Not
and
Japanese
one
technology.
artillery shell would have knocked that thing out if
No
it was
question.
some kind of balloon.
Absolutely. So it's an unknown.
Tell me about UFOs for the 21st century mind.
You know, when we can talk about UFOs in the 21st century, the thing about it is many people may not be aware, UFO sightings have not gone away, not by any means.
Y'all see why they give us certain things? Y'all know what that looked like? Exactly what this looked like? Those arcade video games that everybody played, well, that boys play, you know, when you're shooting at the ships and stuff and you gotta navigate your way through space and not crash. Exactly what that is. That's on everything. But that's why, you know, remember that Battle of Los Angeles? They made a movie about it. It's actually based off true events. They were shooting at the spaceships over in Los Angeles, and they could not hit it. Same story with this right here, what it just showed.
What we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra dimensional beings. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now, Art.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Discharge.
Yo, listen to this shit. PPP.
Welcome back to the Knights Temenos Prime. Temenos Prime. You have disgraced it. Join your fellow rebels, fugitive scum. It's for the rarest of specimens, the worst of the worst. It's taken centuries, but I've collected all the Knights.
Now listen up. Listen. Pay attention.
The creators want to sweep their chessboard clean. I'm slave to no one. All this species mixing with species. It upsets the cosmic balance. The creators, they don't like it. They built you to do what you were told.
Did y'all just hear that shit? He was talking about the gene mixtures and all that shit, but I've been telling y'all about the falling and the inevitable. Oh my God!
Hey, keep watching. We building.
Finally say that there are live ETs on Earth at this present time, and at least 2 of them probably working with the United States government. An investigation was launched into this whole subject, and a document was prepared which concluded that at least 4 species had been visiting Earth for thousands of years. And this is my own view at this stage as well. The survival plan for the human species has an aide-memoire, and I named 5 different species here.
This non-human realm was feeding off low vibrational energy. There's a scene in the first Matrix movie where Morpheus holds up a battery and says, the Matrix is a computer-generated dream world designed to turn humans into one of these, a battery. That is a profound statement in an apparently fictional movie.
Well, we saw the kids version in Monsters, Inc. as well.
And that was another one. You had the monster world, where the key monster was a green entity with one single massive eye. I mean, that's telling you, isn't it? What happened is that in the monster world, they had no source of energy. And so in the power station, every day, the monster employees would turn up and they stand in line. And then these doors would come, and when they walked through the door, they walked into a child's bedroom. And their job was to terrify the child, so the child screamed. They caught the scream in a tube and went back to the monster world to power the monster world. It was very symbolic of how this works. They are telling you without telling you, if you know what I mean.
We building. Pay attention, y'all. Look.
What it means. Listen. I'm gonna get to it. Listen. This is the movie El Moors.
Remember when I told y'all about the battery? See, look, people be on the same page. I love this.
Now check it out. Pythagoras. This is the Matrix. You hear me? Facts. These are the Titans. These are the evil ones who run the world. right? Or wrong? This is deep. Right? Look, they've been unlocked. Yes, sir. Sealed. This is how the world really is. Yes, sir.
Light cold lockdown.
They put this right in your face. Yeah? They put it right in your face, man. I'm gonna drop the science on this. You know how powerful this is, man? I'm gonna drop the science on this. Y'all ready? Seal. Look. Does it look familiar to Prometheus? That's how it looks. Are you ready? Look a little familiar, right? Are y'all ready? See the four corners? Yeah, that part. Follow me for more. We gonna.
There have been civilizations far advanced beyond where we are. When they did the Mars images and they found that there were these obelisks and strange looking objects on Mars, they were very ancient, but we're talking millions of years old, millions. It's been pixelated out for the public, but there are structures there. And I was out in California after I had disclosed this to some people, and a man came up to me from JPL, Jet Propulsion Labs. He knew who I was and said, Dr. Greer, here's the issue. You're right, those exist, but we can't disclose that. I said, why? It's not an operational ET device. It's not, it's old. He says, yes, but you don't understand how powerful that this information is. I said, why? He says, if this was disclosed, it would collapse the fundamentalist orthodox belief systems of every religion on earth. I said, what? This science and this evidence is being kept secret for religious reasons? He says, yes.
My thing is though, look, I got something to ask y'all. What's more important to you, the truth or abiding by your religion? Or you get what I'm saying? Like, which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments down below. Which one would you choose? Would you rather know the truth about everything, the truth about everything behind your religion and everything? Or would you want to just abide by your religion if you can't look any further than your religion? So just let me know in the comments down below. Which side are you on when it comes to that? I know for me, for sure, I'm going to pick the truth.
Shout out to Fanique444 for this photo. So when people talk about the Galactic Federation, this is what they mean. A council of beings of different places coming together to basically equalize the universe. What I mean is, even if you don't believe in the Galactic Federation in general as a group, some people say they bad. There's a Galactic Confederation, ICC, and a couple of other organizations. There are groups like this outside in the cosmos. So these beings help to regulate. So if you ever watch the Marvel Eternals, or you watch Doctor Strange, or some of the Marvel movies, they show concepts of this in some of those movies. There is federations like this. And if you look at how the moon is, right? You remember how I told you beings watch us from the moon? This is what they watch you on, like this, right? In general, you see how the world is flat? This is what they watch you on, right here, right? There's 178 of these in this area. So think about like the moon being a bar, right? At this bar, each table has this in the middle, right? This is different realms and different places to look at. Some of these beings, I'm just using it as an example, but some of these beings watch you like a TV on these things as energy. They see your energy moving, they'll tune in to you. Some of these beings will try to, hey, I can toss you something if you toss me something type of deal. Some of these beings. But in general, there are, like I said, councils and stuff like this outside. Some of them are for humans, some of them don't like humans. But overall, it's a love. In general, there's some just beautiful commissions out there that love us and want to see us thrive, but there's other ones that didn't. So just like when Earth was being created, there was a group of beings just like this all the way around, and they were like, well, I want to add this. Let me bring this from my planet. Yeah, we'll put this on Earth too. That's why they say Earth is a laboratory and a school. It's because you're getting pieces of everything in the same spot, if you get what I'm saying. Some people say, oh, these are demons and all that. Yeah, demons. All right. Some of them look like demons. That's where it come from. but they're negative. Some of them are negative polarity energy beings, and some of them are just most are just like positive polarity beings that are chill. Their whole species or being, their whole collective is already on point with the source and know what to do. Earth was created last. That's why we got taken over so fast. We didn't have all of our defenses all the way up because we were still setting up the planet. But this is what people mean by aliens and stuff. You know, pieces. Hey, let me add my genetic code. Let's make a being together. All right, you and you get together. Put your energy together. We're gonna put that in a being. You know, that's where some of these hybrids come from. I'm just trying to give you a visual representation so you can see. And I'm gonna tag the lady who had this photo in the description, so shout out to you. But this is just
so just think about it, y'all. Like for instance, like the lions or whatever. If you look at the lions would be something that they would have brought here in reference of themselves to maybe to preserve a genetic line or something like that. But shit, due to us, everything about to go extinct down this motherfucker, you know. So that's probably why some motherfuckers don't like us, right? If that was to explain anything. Plus, we're petty, we're stupid. We still fighting over color of your skin, and well, we know it's not that, it's your genetics, but it is what it is, man. Let's keep going.
An example so you can get a like
we petty and ghetto,
like a preview of what's out there, because there's a bunch of these all over the cosmos. What we call space is different from how we perceive it. But anyway, follow, like, subscribe, share, comment. What you think?
Hey, but though, imagine how meetings would be like walking in with a bunch of. Imagine though they can read minds. We have to have some tinfoil on our hats or something, because if they can read the minds of us, I don't think that'll go well. We walk in a room and them and a room full of them, and they know exactly what we're thinking. They're gonna kick us out the galaxy, y'all. I think that's that. Yeah, that'd be our next step. They're gonna kick us out the galaxy.
I'm Brian Loftus. A family says something crashed into their backyard, prompting them to call 911, saying they saw creatures walking around.
Our 8 News Now investigators digging into this for weeks now, and tonight our David Charnes with the video you will only see on 8 News Now. David?
Brad, Denise, sources telling Bay News Now investigators that several agencies believe something landed or crashed. Whether it was non-humans or not, it certainly scared the people living on this property. Now, before we show you that video, listen to their call for help.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside it, and it has big eyes and it's looking at us.
There's just this, something flashing low in the sky.
911 emergency.
And I don't know how much people want to hear this, but
they want to hear it.
It will keep you awake at night. I mean, if you have children like I do.
Coming to my mind right now is remote viewing.
Yes.
Is that involved in this?
But in a very high-tech way, technologically. This, where when you start experimenting with and reverse engineering an extraterrestrial vehicle, their communication systems are not based on the speed of light like our cell phones, right, or video. They're based on this understanding of the cosmos because they've lived for millennia in that understanding. Technologies that interface with directed thought. I call it technology-assisted consciousness, and consciousness that assists the technology, so they can interface bioelectric field and thought, and they navigate the spacecraft. The speed of thought versus the speed of light.
Yeah.
But think about why that's so important. If you're from the Andromeda galaxy, which is 2.5 million light years from here, at the speed of light, your cell phone, it would take 2.5 million years for a signal to get there, and another 2.5 million years for them to answer, and you hear it. It's 5 million years. There are certain technological thresholds you have to have crossed if you're an extraterrestrial interstellar civilization. And physicists have estimated that the volume of space in a coffee mug has enough potential energy to boil off all the oceans of the world. Tesla called it the infinite energy field. But as soon as you step into the reality, the three-dimensional reality of these UAPs and UFOs, you immediately begin talking to people, and this is what happened to me in the early 90s, to people who know the physics of the energy systems, because these things are not using oil, gas, coal, nuclear, what have you. They approached me, and this is the fall of '93, just before I briefed CIA Director Woolsey. And they said, look, you don't need to be talking. They knew all about this meeting that was going to happen. And you don't need to be talking to the president and the CIA director about this. They don't know anything, and they're not going to know anything. If you want to know, you talk to us. We're the WFO. We're the work for other contractors. We're the people who are working on these technologies and doing the technology transfer. And then they were trying to convince me to side with what they were doing. And I said, no. I said, this is a corrupt enterprise. And then he offered that, he says, you're a doctor, you can take out as many credit cards as you want. We'll zero them out each month because we run the supercomputers that back up the entire banking system.
So think about that, yo. Think about what you see these coon ass celebrities doing. And I'm talking about all of them, of different ages, races, all of that. They fucking sell people out. They sell us out for money. You know, I've been approached to not say certain things, you know, like to not speak up. Like, people want to buy you. People will, they can't buy, they try to destroy too as well. So it's like a double-edged sword when you're doing this type of stuff, when you're trying to look into the truth. But, you know, at the end of the day, I know where I come from. I know myself. I'm not worried about none of this. But see, you don't have to, just like Cat Williams just showed y'all, you don't have to go against the system necessarily, but you also can stand on your own and do your own thing. So I just mind my business, stay out the way. But yeah, they can't buy me. And no, you can't have my booty. I'm cool.
And we can get an infinite amount of money through certain techniques. The man, I said, then you're going to own me, aren't you? Because he says, no, we're just trying to help. You see how these... This is an absolutely true story. Put me under sodium pentothal lie detector. Now, if you look at quantum entanglement.
But the thing is, hold on, why was he, my question to you now is, why was you under lie detector? Why was you, was it a mission for you to seek more information to see what you can get out of it, that knowing that you're not going to be a part of their organization, or need more info on that?
And the concepts of the universe being a holographic conscious entity, which it is. Then you start talking about not just material, but you're also talking about other dimensions that are at refined levels of frequencies and vibration. But it's not like it's some distant place. It's folded within. Zoom in on it, the entire image would be in there. And zoom in again, it's holographic. The cosmos is this conscious quantum hologram. And so there are many, many, many dimensions.
This video was scripted for entertainment purposes only.
By the end of this video, you will know exactly why the sky is blue. Before we begin, a mere warning to those who are not open-minded. The information I plan to share may be triggering, as it will go against everything that you were taught in school. You have been warned. Now let us begin. In order to understand why the sky is blue, we must first grasp an understanding of flat Earth. Before the 1900s, everyone still knew that the Earth was flat. This explains why the entire world used this map. You're looking at the standard world map of 1892, and yes, it is flat. The land masses are in the middle, surrounded by water, and the white circled perimeter that you see there is Antarctica. When a compass points north, it is pointing to the center of the Earth, or the North Pole, no matter where you are on the Earth. And when it points south, no matter where you're at on the Earth, it's pointing to Antarctica. On the flat Earth, the sun is not 93 million miles away. Some of us will question how we could have ever believed something so unbelievable.
Pilots filmed it below the clouds.
Give y'all some more perspective. In the research. Trust them a lot more.
If it were 93 million miles away, it would not have been under the clouds. That should lead one to wonder, does Earth really orbit the sun? This is what you were taught. And this is the reality of this realm. The sun and the moon are actually circling a flat Earth. The sun and the moon are both beneath the firmament.
bookofhiddentruths.com if you guys want to learn how to see with your third eye for the first time in your life. Or you can click the orange series button that you see that red arrow pointing to below. It's a simple 4-minute meditation. Less than 20 seconds after you complete the meditation, a colorful 3D floating orb that's only visible to your third eye will appear in front of you and float around your room. It'll be one of the most life-changing experiences because you instantly realize that there's a whole nother world of things going on Earth that our regular eyes can't see. It's only visible to our third eye. But let's get back to the video.
The firmament is the enormous dome made by the creator of the realm known as Earth to keep all its inhabitants inside. And here is the key. The firmament was also created to keep the waters above out. The man you are looking at is known as Werner von Braun. He was at the forefront of the team responsible for developing the rockets that purportedly transported Apollo 11 to the moon. He ensured that Psalms 19:1 adorned his tombstone upon his demise. Psalms 19:1 reads, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork." Now, I must make this clear. I am not religious at all, but I do understand that the Bible is full of ancient wisdom, as well as half-truths. Numerous additional Bible verses elaborate on the concept of the firmament. Let us read Genesis 6 and 7. "And God said, Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters above the firmament." The presence of the firmament is what gives rise to the curvature of rainbows. Individuals who have experienced awakening comprehend that truth is often unveiled through movies and TV shows. Conversely, those who remain unenlightened might scoff at the idea of using such media to perceive truth. Now, I would like you to observe this excerpt from The Simpsons.
Kicks and deals. It's a long fly ball going back. And the ball shatters the sky, bringing the ocean itself down into the...
Consider this. Water in a bucket, reflecting off a mirror. Now, envision planets and stars when closely observed. This is their appearance.
Those is just hoes. Like, I ain't gonna hold y'all, bro. And the creator gonna have to throw hands, bro. Like, out of love. But you get what I'm saying, though. If you know what that looked like to me, man. If we just find out, if we just really find out that a nigga really got us in like a little globe or some shit, and they just poke some holes in the top so we can get some air. Like I keep saying, if we really all just like some different flavored potato chips, like we the chocolate ones and y'all the white ones and shit like that. Vanilla chips. If we really just like that, if they just poke holes in the top of the container, like how would the rest of the population respond to some? Is that what they really keeping away from us? Because that's the way it looked kind of to me just now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know in the comments down below how y'all feel about that. Like, with the water thing, look, it's the math is mathing with me. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below. What else could it be? I'm not just stuck on one thing. I'm for all information, y'all. So don't ever get it twisted. You know, I'm just open to learn and absorb new information. And you know, if my stance is wrong on things, and I know that my stance is wrong, I evolve and I change and I adapt to what I know to be the truth for me. And that's how you evolve. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be stuck in your ways and thinking that it has to be your way all the time. No, it doesn't. A lot of people stay in their own way because it's a part of learning. Learning is being able to accept different perspectives and, you know, collab like that. So that's what we're doing here. So I do appreciate y'all for tapping in. But let me know how y'all feel about that.
It's akin to witnessing light through water, isn't it? The sky is blue because it is made of water.
DM me if you want to join my Discord server where you can learn the hidden truths and converse with like-minded people.
This is something that every single person should be paying attention to right now. As you can see at the COP28 Climate Summit, Saudi Arabia just created some controversy. Which, if you look into, you can clearly see why. As you can see right here, Saudi Arabia, the world's second biggest oil producer in the world, was one of the main opponents to an aggressive commitment to phase out fossil fuels at the COP28 summit by 2030. By the end of 2030, the line in Saudi Arabia is actually supposed to be built. If you don't know what the line is, I would definitely research into it, because obviously this is censored talk now, and every single bit of information that you can provide for the public is then labeled as misinformation. And if you connect the individuals that just so happen to be financing these said projects, they turn out to be specific individuals who have their hands in a lot of other individuals' pockets, including major politicians. But if you provide that, that's labeled as hateful ideology, so I guess you can't go down that route. But I just recommend that you look into the line, okay? I recommend you look into the energy companies that are going to be associated with Saudi Aramco, okay? I want you to look at the board of directors of BlackRock and see who just got their board spot. Right next to Larry Fink, because ironically, it was the CEO of Saudi Aramco. And those said energy companies just so happen to be in association with a company named Hitachi. And if you were to look at their website not so long ago, about 6 months ago actually, before they change it, I have credentials on that by the way. If you looked into what their first integrated smart island was to be placed at, it would just so happen to be in Maui. I want you to think about the fact that BlackRock in themselves finances CERN. CERN is capable of producing the fifth force of nature, which is better known as cosmic energy. Energy that can move through satellites via frequency and provide a laser what? Yeah, you can't say that word on here. But see, it's a tad bit ironic because those exact satellites, right, just so happen to be over Maui on the day of the wildfires. And you can even go to NASA's website and look at the exact satellites and see what they're capable of doing. And their exact description states very well openly, ground-based, what? Yeah. And that they themselves have created Space Force to fight against adversary satellites that are capable of producing the same energy. Which is ironic because the same companies, right? The same exact companies that finance those adversary satellites in quotations, right? Just so happen to be financed by BlackRock themselves. And BlackRock just so happens to reside originally out of Beijing, China. Oh, that's a tad bit ironic, huh? Pitting against every single adversary to make profit. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? The exact negative attribute that every single human holds, but doesn't have to actually present. But as I mentioned, the Saudi Aramco CEO is now on the board of BlackRock. And at least 15 people who registered for Saudi Arabia's delegation to the COP28 climate conference in Dubai appear to be undeclared employees of the Saudi state oil company, Saudi Aramco.
Hey, y'all gotta follow the money and see what's really going on. So, you know, I'm not no financial advisor, nothing like that. But make sure, I am diversify where you have your money sitting. You never know what is going to happen and when it's going to happen. It's better to just be prepared. Tell y'all for sure, like, look, simple things like this. You can put some money into Bitcoin. I had like the other day, and I wasn't even thinking about it. You know, I just did it because, you know, you store money sometimes, right? Sent some money to Bitcoin, to hold in Bitcoin. Within 2 days, my $500 turned into like almost $800. Just like that from Bitcoin going up. It can also go down too, but it's been trending pretty well lately. But at the same time, you know, just have your money. You never know if Bitcoin make a run and you got your $500 turned into like thousands of dollars, maybe $100,000. You never know what's in store, you know. But there is a huge wealth exchange that's currently happening. You know, just make sure y'all educating yourself out here. Trying to put y'all on game. I tell you what to do though.
Hey, hello guys, Eric West here, HawaiiRealEstate.org.
And why they trying to like, look, I have to say this before this. You know, it's a lot of distractions. That Epstein list, look, it's nothing gonna happen with that list. You ain't gonna see nobody that you see how they trying to explain it, like, oh, you know, these people that's on here didn't necessarily do anything or whoop whoop whoop. Look, They're just trying to put this out to keep you busy. Meanwhile, stuff like this is what you need to be paying attention to for sure, because it's still, because they're not talking about it doesn't mean that things aren't still going on. But just check this out though.
As you go through this video, I'd like to encourage you to do
Not to mention, there was a bunch of kids missing.
what I'm doing right here. Stop, pause, zoom in on anything that you find unusual, like these two cars, completely melted, but no apparent ignition source around them, anything to sustain that level of melting. Don't see how that's possible. The purpose of these videos is evidence, and the only way that this evidence will matter is if you care and watch and study and then share the video and share it with people of importance, people that are in the fire industry, that are in politics, that are in power, friends, neighbors. Bring awareness, because as I look at these videos, and I am no fire expert by any stretch of the imagination, but a lot of things just don't make sense. Right here we're flying over what used to be the UPS store, the water store, Subway. Honopi'ilani Highway is to the right. This is Papalau Street. Here's just a field of cars, completely melted. No structures around them. Metal. Everything you're looking at is metal. Even some of these containers you can see are burned on the inside. Here we have the Shell station. It burned. Across the street, the credit union, Maui County Credit Union, not burned, but as you can see on both sides, everything is burned. But that building is perfectly fine with solar panels. This is Mill Street, heading towards the south. Obviously, everything is burned. In a moment here, I'm going to turn the drone again towards another lot that is full of cars, no structures, but all the cars are completely melted. We're talking melted glass, melted engines, melted aluminum wheels. Trees appear to be okay, even some leaves are still on there, yet these cars are completely melted. As I continue to fly the drone, again, this is over Lahaina Luna Road. This is where the school buses were parked. They were there the next day. Everything else around it basically melted, but yet the school buses were fine. And as I fly towards the north here, you're going to see a blue car that's fine, a blue container that's fine. Why things that were blue stand out as surviving this, I don't understand that, of course. But if you are in the fire business, if you are someone that's a firefighter or an arson investigator, I believe we need to create a coalition of concerned members of this country, of the world, and get an investigation going. The area I'm showing right now, we're still not allowed in. I flew this drone 108 days after the fire. There's a truck right there that's blue, that's fine. Everything else, as you can see, is melted. All the containers appear to be affected. Yet over here to the left, you have a container that catches my eye here in a moment that I fly over. And it's apparently fine, with solar panels on top. I mean, have you seen anything like this before? I did not know metal and steel was flammable. I was under the impression that you were safe if there was a fire around and you were surrounded by metal. But in this fire, metal seemed to be more flammable than natural things. It's Kohala Brewery below us right now. This is where the pawn shop used to be, West Maui Safety Check. Over here to the right is some type of an industrial center. Again, it appears that everything metal has melted. All the cars incinerated, yet no structures around that would provide a source of fuel for that car to catch fire. Gas tanks, as you probably know, don't explode. This is Opukea. Only certain buildings at Opukea burned. And then again, for the fire to cross this massive concrete spillway, which I'm going to say is at least 30 yards across. Seems improbable. Seems like that'd be a great natural fire line. This is Ho'onanea. Most of the buildings were okay. And again, somehow the fire is able to cross over this concrete spillway. And these are the buildings that burned. I call it the mystery of Emerald Plaza. The wind was blowing not towards these buildings, but towards the ocean. So how did it cross this spillway? These are metal buildings, completely melted. After I shot my ground video, you can see now they put the fence up. You can see the black fences there. That was not there before. So now we no longer have access to the Emerald Plaza buildings. Again, a little orientation. How does the fire cross this spillway? And the wind was not even blowing to the north. It was blowing from the east to the west. So I really compel and urge and encourage and hope that each and every one of you watching this video will subscribe to the channel, will read the book, Burn Back Better. You can get there by going to burnbackbetter.net. Flying across the Emerald Plaza now, you see a random burned out lot to your left. We're going to fly back over that here in a moment. And here we are to the newly constructed, this is, you would think, the most fire retardant material on the market, since these were just completed. This was some affordable housing, rental apartments, completely incinerated. I was looking at this building the day after the fire. It was still burning. There was nobody trying to put it out. Matter of fact, there were fire trucks up on the hill putting out some hot spots in the grass, but they just let this building burn. Why, I don't know. And just the other day I showed a blue Toyota truck that survived. And off in the distance there you can see the rest of the industrial complex here, and how all the buildings around it were perfectly fine, but this was a massive, massive structure. And yet the building right next to it, you see a few singe marks, but it apparently was not enough to catch that on fire. I just find that so interesting that something that close would not. Yet you can have a car in the middle of nowhere that catches fire and everyone says, oh, it was, embers. Well, wouldn't there have been a lot of embers right next to this building? Or any of these buildings? That's the chocolate factory right there, completely untouched. Mormon church to your right. And then you have this climbing structure that is obviously made of metal. It was fine, but this lot right next door to it, everything that was metal melted. Yet the structure itself, which is made out of wood partially, is perfectly fine. And then next to this metal climbing structure, this is like an outdoor adventure park, this metal building right here, little office they had, as you can see, burned from the inside out. There was a boat that caught fire right here, which we think is what singed the side of that building. And then they replaced, you can see all that brand new asphalt, they replaced all of this underground, some type of drain that I put my fingers down and you could still see the scorch. Here's another random truck that just burned. Nothing around it caught fire, yet that vehicle did. You can still see the scorch marks on the side of that building. But how'd that thing catch fire? Just so many things don't make any logical sense whatsoever. So in the comments section, please let me know your thoughts. Please study.
Just think about that though. you know, all of the stuff that wasn't hit, and all of the stuff that it is, and the proximity of these things, like fire crossing over a highway to get to the other side on cement, over cement. It's just like it just don't make no sense. It's like things were targeted. It could come from an energy beam hitting the planet. The planet already, you know, the Schumann resonance is already going crazy. It's changing. You know, maybe some of that plasma in the inside of the earth, you know, that molten lava came from underneath and was singeing things, and wherever they shot that little beam at, maybe, you know, we have the capabilities and stuff, but it is what it is. You know, we just gotta pay attention to these type of things, because there's no excuse for something like this happening again. And they trying to use the same excuses. Oh, we don't know, and all this other stuff. Like, why did they block off the people from getting to safety? And then on top of that, like, what happened to the kids? And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, every natural disaster area, why can't the people that own houses and stuff, or businesses and stuff in those areas, can't get back to their homes and stuff and start to refurbish their properties and stuff? Certain type of people trying to buy the land that always wanted the land.
Maui. He was in Maui because we are standing for the people, and he's got some amazing information. So what do you want to share with us about visiting Maui for the last 2 weeks?
Well, I noticed that there's some like videos going around the internet of some interesting bodies, notably like the cat that's like left standing up, and then the dog that's in the street, and also like the people laying on the road too. One of them with the special kind of like hairstyle. And I don't really know if we're going to get many bodies to be able to analyze what's going on, but I was able to get something from Ground Zero.
Because he was in Ground Zero for how long?
2 weeks. And this right here is a toad that is petrified or mummified in mid-leap. So you can see the angle of it. It's not squatting down. It's very symmetrical.
You know, the similarities, like the petrified giants, and what we do know about the ancient times is people that had advanced technology, they thought that they were gods, they tricked people, the lower consciousness levels of thinking that they're gods and stuff like that. You got to think, when the flood was coming in, see all these mountains and stuff that resemble people and everything. And I'm not talking about the carved ones. I'm talking about, you know, the natural terrain that strangely looks like fucking people and cyclops with one eyes and stuff like that. All this stuff is being uncovered today. That's a sign to me, is like, yo, is the math into y'all? Like, did they get petrified immediately? Which we know, like a giant that size or something like that will have to be something like that will have to happen to them. Who had the technology at the time? Now, the same people that had the technology last time, are they the same people that are in charge of the technology this time? What's the motive? Like, get people start asking these questions. You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments down below. Is the math? Y'all tracking?
In every way that it is, and you can see those legs just jumping. So whatever it is that happened in a split second.
So this was from Maui Ground Zero.
Yep, I sifted it from the ashes where there was melted aluminum 20 feet away.
So this frog should have turned to ash.
It even has some ashes on the bottom. It's kind of gray. And it got a little bit on the edge of some heat, but it didn't contort it.
And then we all know that heat and stuff like that is not going to petrify anything, right? In this type of situation at all.
Or anything. It's just perfectly symmetrical. Petrified. And it seems mostly hollow, but the skin is totally solid and intact.
Like when you walk inside of caves, it resembles certain things. We've seen it all on the
We are actually gods and goddesses, and these deletes don't want us accessing our true power. They've been preventing us from accessing our true power for centuries now. This is why they kill all the holistic doctors. They try to teach us how to tap into our higher divinity and how to really get our avatars in tune with nature. Rest in peace to the elder god, Dr. Sabi. They kill him for telling us that we electrical beings and that we should convert to an alkaline diet to strengthen our electromagnetic aura field. This is also why Bill Gates purchased most of the farmland in America so he could get rid of all the seeds and actually ensure that we're not eating healthy. This is why they spray chemtrails over our head, put fluoride in our water, genetically modify organisms, toxic metals in our food, and the list goes on and on. These are holistic remedies for ascension to prepare yourself for the shift on the planet. It's important you make sure that you're prepared for what's to come. Lion's mane mushroom to decalcify your pineal gland. Ginkgo biloba is also great for decalcification of the pineal gland, as well as regeneration of damaged brain cells. Chlorophyll to remove toxic metals out of your body. This is the best thing you can use for detoxification. Get Shilajit to strengthen your melanin, raise your testosterone, and reverse aging. Blue lotus and mugwort to activate your pineal gland and help you to experience astral projection and lucid dreaming. Black seed oil is very rich in thymoquinone and is great for diseases like cancer and these different attacks that these deletes put on us, okay? Get yourself some black seed oil and take it every day. All of these spiritual tools are available on Holistic Remedies, your extension to Ascension. This tuning fork vibrates at 528 hertz, which is associated with love, and it's phenomenal for healing and restoring damaged DNA. Fungite crystals are great for EMF protection, okay? Protecting you against harmful radiation from cell phones and other technological devices. Get yourself some sungite to protect your aura field. Get yourself some crystal protection, okay? As I expressed in other videos, crystals connect with your magnetites and dendrites. You have crystals in you. These crystals has a symbiotic connection with you and will actually amplify things like clairvoyance, clairaudience. Again, we're in a heart chakra frequency. So green crystals are going to be phenomenal. You see, I have my crystals right here. Get yourself some crystals. Get yourself some blue blockers, okay? These are the blue light blockers. These are phenomenal if you work a desk job or if you're consistently in front of your computer, your cell phone. That blue light does have an adverse effect on your pineal gland. All right, get yourself some blue light blocker. Organic sweet wormwood is phenomenal for removal of parasites. All right, get yourself some wormwood. Most of us have parasites in us. Everyone has parasites in us, just some have more than others. All right, and these parasites could actually make you crave things that you know you shouldn't have. Most of the time when you're craving something you know you shouldn't have, it's a parasite that's actually craving it. All right, remove those parasites with organic sweet wormwood. Again, the deletes that run this matrix know our true potential and know our true abilities. This is why they suppress us so much. With the planet going through its terraforming process and raising in frequency, it's important that we raise in frequency with it. All right, peace, love, and light to everyone.
And just like that, look, man, we gotta understand, man, there's a lot going on, man. There's a lot to cover. I know I've been gone for a little bit, but look, man, you have to step back, recharge, and get, you know, stuff that I have going on in my life together. You feel me? But look, I'm back, you know what I'm saying? I got some bangers that I'm dropping for y'all, man. I got some things that I've been watching. Just because I'm not on here don't mean that I'm not watching. I'm not making videos. I got something for y'all. But look, I got a sweet rollout this month, you know, and things are going to continue to, you know what I'm saying, did I say cease to amaze us? Because nigga, we done seen everything at this point, but they just keep doing shit and exposing themselves in so many different ways. You feel me? But look, make sure, man, that y'all out here taking care of yourself, your families, tap in with your families. You know, I can't express that enough. You know, I think about it all the time, and I'm a little weird with communication, but I think me as a person, I can get a lot better with communicating more often to, you know, people that it's in my bloodline and my family. That's one thing that I'm definitely working on. And I'm not a person that just say things, just saying them. I stick with it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I still be thinking about it sometimes, y'all. It's easier said than done to get over, you know, losses and stuff, you know. But the ethers gained a real one. You know, and RIP to my cousin, man. Love you. I want to talk to you more as adults, you know, but sometimes life get in the way. Y'all go out here, talk to your friends, your family, you know, tell them that you love them. Even if you're at odds, you know, just go tell them, you know, you know, when you're mad at somebody, just know that same person that you used to rock with is still there. Y'all just going through something. You know, we got to reprogram the way that we think. You know what I'm saying? We can solve a lot of these situations out here in the world. But look, let me know how y'all feel about them aliens that's out here in Miami jumping on buildings and chasing motherfuckers and shit, you know? Like, is it blue beam, or do y'all think it's the same thing that happened out there in Peru with the face peelers and stuff like that, and you think that it might be us really behind that? Or is the blue beaming? They just giving it a little test run real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me test this blue beam on these niggas real quick. And got down and see if we can scare these niggas. Yeah, I bet. Now, look, it is what it is. Y'all let me know. All ideas, you know what I'm saying, are welcome in the comments down below. Who cares? You know, we're just having these conversations to see what the masses are thinking. But look, I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me, man. And I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Like I always say, spread love because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video. And I'm out, though. Wow.